Welcome back to Sunrise. Generation,
yes.
Many say that's the first port of call.
Yeah,
that's
right.
where your forte
right.
is.
That's right.
Why aren't we generating enough?
Like Ahmed mentioned, if it's thermal generation, we know our problems, not sufficient gas. If it is hydropower generation, the generating companies have been there for more than 20, 30, 40 years. And the dam base, require dredging. Because on a yearly basis, the silt comes up.
So it hasn't been desilted?
No, a lot of them have not been desilted. That's why I said, now that they've been privatized, the owners of the companies can desilt or dredge those places. You could come here and see a large span of water, and when you put your feet in, it's just above your...
Is that the situation with Kashimbila?
Kashimbila was just commissioned last year, I think so. Yeah, it was. President Goodluck Jonathan was supposed to have commissioned it last year.
Some say it hasn't been commissioned.
But yes, that's right. It has never been commissioned. So I wonder what is happening to Kashimbila, because I know there is a 35 megawatts, 30 to 35 megawatts there. If I have 32, Kashimbila have 35. Zungeru has, Dadinkowa has 30 megawatts in Gombe. Kiri has, that is a multiplier effect that we need.
Do we really need to diversify our means of generation?
We do.
How do we go about it? We now have coal, we have the dams. The minister talked about coal coming in, which, and the attendant environmental issues.
Yes.
Even with the hydro also, they have their own attendant environmental issues. What about solar? What about wind? The ones we have now are not looking as effective as they should be. Why?
Well, my understanding of solar power, I was made to understand that it has not been particularly successful all over the world. You could use that for lightning, for low capacity power requirements. But if you need heavy power requirements, you can see solars on our streets, and for you to get maximum megawatts out of it, you would require a lot of investment. Maybe that is the reason, and it's also expensive. So I'm made to understand.
So the next best option is for us to stick with hydro and coal.
You see, what you have done over the years, and it has been successful. In this critical time that this government is going through, why don't you stick to what you know, almost 90% that it's successful?
But we've not been paying attention to the environmental impact.
Well, you see, for hydro, all you need to do is to check the integrity of the dams. And I have not heard of much environmental degradation from the dams, apart from, I think, Baccalaureate, that the bank the spillway had some problems 2 years ago, but it was almost a national issue. Almost every river had its bank. The bank was overflown.
I'm not sure we have a lot of time to give, but I wanted to ask you,
yes,
especially about the hydro. You know that there's an emission of methane and carbon dioxide, more of it from around there. How much of vegetal cover do you have around the dams?
Vegetable cover?
Vegetal cover, vegetative trees and plants. How much of it do you have around the dams, and how sustainable are they?
Well, most of these dams are in the north, and we don't have much of trees around them. All I know is that a lot of irrigation farming is being done there. A lot of potable water supplies are being done there. I mean, fisheries. tourism.
And then the flooding situation.
And then
as a result of
also,
receipts
it
deposits.
also reduces flooding.
Really?
Yeah, oh, it does.
But when it's silted, what happens to the excess water that comes in?
That's why you find out that there's a lot of power generation between June. Chamberlain, remember, I told you that most governments that have past governments, when they tell you, please go and relax, power will improve, they are talking between June and October.
Because it's a rainy season.
Because it's rainy season.
And that's what
nobody has been able to say, no, that is not the reason. If you say it's because of what is happening in the Niger Delta, is it only during rainy season that those things are not tampered with? Because if you watch out carefully, for years, between June and October, you have better power supply. I don't know how to explain this. Because the government says it is not hydro, it is not this, but believe me, it's because of hydro.
All right, Mr. Joshua Mukan is the chairman. William Duncan Hydro, thank you for coming on this morning.
Thank you very much.
Oh, there
Thanks
you go.
For having me.
All right, then we'll be back in a moment to focus on another matter coming up here on the program. Do join us again.